Anyone who works with ropes knows and hates them, the nasty twists. I am Daniel from the Edelrid Knowledge Base, and I will now explain how they occur and how to avoid them. The first good chance to get twists in your rope is right when unpacking it. There are basically two options. Traditionally, ropes are coiled in such a way that they are rolled up in a continuous motion. It works like this. I have prepared a rope here, green all around, but it has a black line on it, so you can clearly see when twists also rotate. When coiling, the rope is basically just wound up, and I will now wind it so that the black line is always on the outside and the rope enters the coil without any twists. So if you buy such a conventionally coiled up rope that you take out of the packaging, if you lay it down like this, pull the rope out and start climbing as shown here. You can see how one twist per wrap in the longitudinal direction appears in the rope. You can already see the first kinks. I'll smooth it out. And in no time, you have 50 twists in your 50-meter rope. So the correct method to get such a traditionally coiled up rope ready is the following. Unpack the rope, and you must unwind it exactly as it was wound. Put both arms in, and then the rope is unwound over the arms and lies twist-free in front of you, ready to be climbed. There are ropes sold as ready to climb, which are wound differently so that the rope only needs to be pulled out of the coil. With the Edelrid ropes, it works as follows. The rope is also wound. For each winding rotation, however, the reel is twisted once in the opposite direction, so that an additional twist is introduced into the rope. Then it is wrapped again and turned once again. You can already see the twist in the rope. A rope coiled in this way can simply be pulled out of the packaging and then runs without twisting. In particular, top rope redirects are prone to tangle ropes if the axes of the redirects are not all exactly perpendicular to the central axis of the rope. The solution here is to either add more swivels by using additional carabiners, or ensure that all deflection axes are always perpendicular to the central axis of the rope. Even when operating belay devices, the angle of entry usually plays a significant role in whether ropes twist or run straight through the device. Now you can see the rope runs in nicely and parallel. Now you can see the twisting of the rope. The next opportunity to get twists in your rope is when coiling the rope. If you coil the rope in the classic ring manner, you actually add a twist along the length of the rope to each winding. You can already see what I am unwinding here at the front I will have later in the rope. That means, when I later drop my rope and pull it out again, I have all these twists in my rope. The correct and best method, therefore, to coil a rope is the so-called lap coil. For this, I lay the loops forward and backward from the hand, so that I add a right twist for every left twist in the rope and have the rope lying neutral in the end. When I throw and pull out this rope, it has exactly no twist. I can do the same over the shoulder, once to the right, once to the left, and the exact same effect occurs, and I have a nice rope coil afterwards. When I throw it, the rope lies neutral and runs smoothly out of the coil without twisting. Many have certainly experienced ropes that tangle terribly, with which no matter what you do, they just don't run straight. Then there are ropes where the exact opposite happens. No matter how you handle them, barely any twist occurs in the rope. This has nothing to do with the ropes kinking on their own, but rather with the construction of the rope. There are indeed ropes that are more capable of handling twists, or take on less, and that has to do with the rigidity of the rope. So here are two ropes braided with different levels of rigidity. You can already see that it has a significantly lower sheath yarn tension, so it's a softer rope. This one here is a somewhat stiffer rope. Such a rope is, of course, much less capable of absorbing twists. Such a soft rope swallows these twists much, much more easily. Now one might naturally ask, why not make all ropes like this? Well, because these soft ropes are considerably less abrasion resistant and also less cut resistant. These are the four main causes and prevention methods of twisting. The unpacking of the rope, redirecting the rope. The operation of the belay device and the coiling and unpacking of the rope in daily use.